So the mid-season patch is here, and we have some pre and post testing to just give us an overview of everything. Keep in mind though, guys, some of these items we're going to be breaking down in much more depth later this week, with this video pretty much being more of an overview video. Now to start things off, we have Antaeus Wards. Now Bungie actually made the change where its reflective vents now require full class ability to deploy, and following the activation of reflective vents, your class ability energy is drained, proportional to the amount of damage reflected. It also no longer provides an improved slide. Now showcasing our pre-footage, you see how it actually did give you that improved slide, and it can reflect practically anything without consuming class energy. Post though, it's pretty much confirmed that this is bugged. Essentially guys, if damage is reflected near the end of the slide, no energy is taken regardless of what hits it. Now when performing as intended, then yes, this nerf actually went through. It doesn't provide that improved slide. Class ability energy is drained when reflecting damage, and a hand cannon shot will actually take full energy. Shotgun shot takes about 60%, an auto rifle shot takes about 30%, and a sniper rifle shot takes full energy as well. It's kind of hard to fully review this right now though, guys, considering it's in this bugged state. We will be revisiting Antaeus Wards this week though, probably in a live review to just give you an understanding of where Antaeus Wards sits now. Now, young Ahamkara Spine, one of my favorite exotics in the game, they reduce the trip mine grenade bonus health from 100 to 70 and remove that bonus 50% damage resistance. Now, the grenade energy that it provides is only provided on ability kills instead of damaging with those abilities. Now, we have the pre-trip mine health here, and you see it at 100, and it also had that 50% damage resist, taking about 5 hand cannon shots. And then we have footage here showing grenade energy provided by damaging with abilities. Now, post trip mine health is 70. Actually, now with the damage resist dropped, it only takes 2 hand cannon shots to destroy. Rest in peace. It also no longer refunds energy on hits. Now, it still does give you energy on kill, but at least inside of PvP, guys, yes, Ahamkara Spine is not really useful here, as most of the time we weren't really getting kills with Ahamkara Spine. We were mainly applying some damage, especially scorch damage, and then following up with a kill from one of our weapons, which you can still do that here, but you won't get the ability energy back. Now, moving on to our weapons. Submachine guns. Bungie actually increased recoil globally by 10%. They also reduced the mouse and keyboard stability bonus from 20% to 10%. Now, the weapons we tested here includes Ikelos, Immortal, Callous Mini Tool, Rapacious Appetite, and some of these weapons really show how much things have jumped up pre versus post. Like Callous Mini Tool, for the most part, pretty much in line with what we get. But look at something like Ikelos, much more deviation here. But when looking at these SMGs, I can completely understand if some people don't really see much of a difference. What it is going to boil down to though is the feel of SMGs. And yes, we are going to be looking at SMGs this week to see where they sit now, especially for my mouse and keyboard users. Now, moving on to auto rifles. Bungie reduced the ADS damage fall off scalar from 1.7 to 1.6 on multiple auto rifles. We're going to start with rapid fire autos though. Quicksilver Storm pre was actually hitting at 30 meters. It has now dropped back down. Not as bad as it was pre-season 22, but it's at 28 meters. The pretty big nerf. Tommy's Matchbook pre was also at 30 meters. Now it is at 28 meters. Rufus Fury. A lot of people have been enjoying Rufus, but Rufus here was reaching all the way up to 33 meters. Now though, it's at 31 meters. Now I'm not gonna go through every 720, but this kind of gives you a point of reference to compare elsewhere. Now moving on to adaptive auto rifles. Adaptives also got a range nerf, but they've had their base damage increase from 14.25 to 15, and their crit damage increase from 22.8 to 23.3. Now these are essentially the time to kill values based on resilience, and you can see the little bit of forgiveness that it now has, 8 crits in one body, even at max resilience guardians. But range wise, we had some pretty heavy nerfs. Hardlight went from 29 meters to now 27 meters. Surus Regime in its spinning up form went from 31 meters to 28 meters. Now for those wondering, what about dual speed receiver? Luckily, no nerf here. Pre was doing 37 meters, and currently it's still at 37 meters. Monte Carlo pre was at 30 meters, post at 28 meters. And the God Roll Perpetualist was originally hitting at a whopping 36 meters. Now it's at 33 meters. Now, I know this is a big range nerf, but we're gonna jump in there, test some things out, see how things play in this current sandbox. And considering the damage buff, I think 600s have a lot more room to breathe here. Now, precision auto rifles. Bungie slapped the range nerf on here, and they actually went a step further in targeting Amit by reducing the zoom from 17 to to 15. Now, pre-mid-season updates, Amit was hitting at 37 meters. This is with an 83 range roll. Post, it is now hitting at 34 meters. Now, some of our weapons didn't get hit as heavily. For instance, Centrifuge went from 29 meters to 28 meters. And yes, we recently reviewed Centrifuge, guys, and it puts out. It's a phenomenal auto rifle. It's definitely hitting for less range, but not as substantial as others. Now, back to Amit. The zoom pre was 17, and this helped with a lot of things, even though it doesn't really help with range, but it helps with target acquisition, aim assist at those ranges. Now, though, the zoom is 15, and you could see the decrease there and how sticky it feels. Now, part of that is just due to the fact that the weapon receives damage fall off at 34 meters, but the point is that zoom does not help it exceed that value. Personally, guys, I do expect to see Amit fall quite a bit in popularity, but of course, we'll see what happens in trials this weekend. Now, moving on to pulse rifles. Bungie increased base damage fall off range at 0 stats by 1 meter. And you can see our floor here being higher post mid-season updates, going from 25.5 meters to 27.2 meters. Now, the ceiling is still the same, but how does this equate to our pulse rifle ranges? Well, no time to explain, actually went up a meter. Pre was hitting at 36 meters, now it's hitting up to 37 meters. Outbreak Perfected also went from 36 meters to 37 meters. Bad Juju went from 32 meters to 34 meters. Revision 0 in its heavy burst mode went from 41 meters to 43 meters. And its light burst went from 39 meters to 42 meters. Vigilance Wing went from 36 meters to 37 meters. Now, Graviton Lance actually went the opposite direction, from 39 meters to 36 meters. Collective Obligation went from 33 meters to 34 meters. Peace of Mind went from 34 meters to 35 meters. Syncopation went from 36 meters to 37 meters. BXR is still the same at 39 meters. Forge's Pledge from 31 meters to 32 meters. And our Darkest Before here went from 32 meters to 33 meters. Now, Bungie also increased the ADS damage fall off scalar to 1.8 on aggressive pulse rifles. So, for instance, our Disparity here went from 41 meters to 43 meters. Our Velas X went from 37 meters to 39 meters. These are some major bumps here in range, guys. For the first time ever, we've got aggressive pulse rifles on top in terms of range. Yes, we are going to be re-reviewing Disparity, which is exactly why we got this sexy memento on here. Now, fusion rifles. Bungie reduced the minimum damage fusions can deal after damage fall off from 50% to now 45%, as you can see here. Sniper rifles. Bungie decreased the airborne accuracy by 20%. Now, this is somewhat of a subjective thing. The main takeaway is, yes, everything from its body shot damage has been toned down. Simultaneously, though, rapid fire body shot damage is piss poor. I mean, going from 90 to 85, Jesus, Bungie. Part of me wonders if they're doing that, though, because of the special economy that they're trying to push with Checkmate, and you can hold more special once you get the ball rolling. So I guess they're kind of concerned that you're going to run around just two-shot Guardians with essentially a super long-range scout rifle, which is kind of what rapid-fire sniper rifles feel like. Now, shotguns. Bungie decreased the airborne accuracy penalty for precision shotguns, essentially stating that slug shotguns are now as accurate as base as they were pre-AE with an Icarus grip. Now, of course, like the sniper rifles when it comes to AE, this one is a bit more subjective. But you can see here where some of the shots are actually landing and where certain slug shotguns are going to see more popularity after this change. I wouldn't be surprised if Chaperone starts to sneak back into the meta again. So guys, those are your mid-season overview changes. Now we're going to be diving into it in more depth this week, going over everything. I definitely want to cover adaptive auto rifles and aggressive pulse rifles. In the meantime, feel free to look through your vault, guys. We've already went over auto rifles that we felt like were going to be good this week. Perpetualist is definitely one of those, but just take a look in your vault, guys. See what's in there. If you got an aggressive pulse rifle that's chilling, dude, break it out. Give it a go. If you got that adaptive auto rifle that was a god roll from way back when, even if it's a gnawing hunger, guys, try it out. You may be surprised. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.